Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go here in Baltimore. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now the first carry for King Henry. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Jackson looking to throw. Now a screen set up for Henry. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And on third down, that ball incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it's going to lead to fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch called for and taken in, although we do have a flag down, so we're going to have to sort this one out. Off to McCaffrey. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game. Again, it's McCaffrey. Whoa. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is how you drop your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
First and 10 now from the 36. They run once more with McCaffrey. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. On the handoff, McCaffrey. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here first and 10. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes third down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Now Purdy. That's taken in. And he's in. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and end result is still a touchdown.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Hardy now with the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake. Jackson. Now, deep ball for Bateman. He's got it. And he will go all the way. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Ravens.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Purdy on 1st down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. Second and a yard. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. First catch of the ball game for Deebo. That's a 1st down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Again in the air for Purdy. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
On 3rd and long, Purdy to throw. This throw, left side, caught by Kittle. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. And here comes 4th down. Here's Purdy. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And that is just a bad time for a mental mistake. You have to secure that ball before you worry about turning upfield. You know it's 4th down. You know where the marker is. You've got to make that catch and keep this drive alive.
This throw right is taken in by Flowers. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Middle.
2nd down, Jackson.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
13. You at X.
Jackson now to throw on first down. Going up top and looking for Flowers.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10.
Middle. Hey, report. You.
From the gun, Jackson. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. It picks up 25 yards and gives them a golden opportunity. It's first and goal.
13. Hey, middle. Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
To the air one more time with Jackson. And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line.
A 10-yard loss. It's second and goal at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
So, one touchdown apiece for our two teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. A touchdown apiece. 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. Here comes a return from the goal line. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run here with McCaffrey. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. This is intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
You know, Mike, I like the early aggressive play call to start this 2nd half. I think anytime you find yourself in a tie ball game, you want to be the team that strikes next. In this case, it backfires. They have the turnover. Now it's their defense that's taking the field, and they're going to have to come up with a stop and keep this game all squared up.
It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Go right here. We change it.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Report! Ready, shot! Ready, shot! Get up!
On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down. They find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
Let's go. Report! Ready, shot! Ready, shot!
Again, it's Jackson. And and he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
He'll try again here. Second and 10. Now a toss, running left, it's Henry.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Third and short, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Possibly the play of the game right here. It is fourth down. Now Jackson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. It's a gain of 10 as they get the conversion on fourth down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Here's the toss, right side to Henry. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
To throw is Jackson. This is intercepted. And the Niners will take over possession here at the 44.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Here's first and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's second down. On the run, McCaffrey. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
First down, 20 yards.
Here's McCaffrey. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now McCaffrey. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. McCaffrey. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Now Purdy. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
This is 1st and 10.
Get up! Hey, hey! Cut!
They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore 1st down. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd.
A 31-yard attempt.
So out comes a guy who's been here before. Big spot for Justin Tucker. This to win the game. Now the Ravens use their 1st timeout. So out comes a guy who's been here before. Big spot for Justin Tucker. This one he's got to have. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.
Since birth I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Right to the air is Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Shifts past him at the 45. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
Now Patrick going to change the play.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 5. From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. So the completion good for just 3. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
From the gun, Jackson. They're looking deep here for Flowers. That's caught inside the 20. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.